Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday with Sara Mae. I am your host, Sara Mae. Thank you so much for being here today. For those of you that are new to me, I am a life coach and energy worker, and I am the founder and instructor of Empowered Empaths Academy. It is my goal to help as many people as possible awaken to their inner light, awaken to their authentic selves so they can live their best lives based in unconditional love and filled with lasting happiness. This summer, we are really getting into that goal by focusing on self love. That's right. It is June 6th today, maybe June 5th. And on June 20th, we're going to have the summer solstice. It will officially be summer. And I have decided that this summer, every summer, is a summer of self love for me. And I would love to invite you to join me in that goal. A good way to see if self love is something that you could put some more energy into is to do this simple exercise that we can do together right now. Take a moment to close your eyes. Close your eyes and take a deep breath and then repeat after me, replacing my name with your own name. I love you, Sara. I truly and deeply love you. And I accept you exactly as you are right now. I love you, Sara. I truly and deeply love you. And I accept you exactly as you are right now. I love you. I truly and deeply love you. And I accept you exactly as you are right now. How did that feel for you? I don't know if you can see my face, but it lit me up. I'm red. I feel love. I feel energy. I feel blood coming to my face. Like when I do that, it really lights me up. But it hasn't always been that way. There was a long period of time in my life, basically the majority of my life, honestly. I'm 43 and I started my healing journey at 24, and it took me a long time to really start loving myself. It's really into the last maybe 10 years that I've come into it, and the last few years that I've come into it stronger than ever. There's been so many times in my life where I couldn't say those things confidently. It didn't light me up. It made me feel awful. So please know that if it was difficult for you to do that, if you felt a little cringy when you did that, that's okay. It's okay. A lot of people are there, but that's exactly why we're doing this self love summer, is so we can start loving on ourselves. And when we say, I love you to ourselves, when we look in a mirror and say, I love you, we mean it. We mean it. We feel it. It lights us up. It's the love and validation that we seek, we find in ourselves. And that's the goal of Self Love Summer. The way that you love yourself, it affects every aspect of your life. How you love yourself affects how happy you will allow yourself to be. It affects what opportunities you allow yourself to see and receive and accept. It will affect how you treat others and how others treat you. It will directly affect your work life, your romantic relationships, and your relationships with families. The way that you love yourself affects every aspect of your life, and the way that you love yourself affects your ascension journey. If you are actively on an ascension journey, if you've been working with me for a while, if you've been following this page, you've seen this chart before, right? This is the chart of consciousness. This shows us the different themes of consciousness where we are as we know, this is a spectrum and we bounce all around the spectrum during life, but we have a home base. And like I've said in the beginning, our goal here is to live a life based in unconditional love and filled with lasting happiness. And that happens at love and above. That happens at love and above. And the way to get there, the secret shortcut to expansion, to enlightenment, is self-love, because it all starts with loving ourselves. That's why so many refer to self-love as the shortcut to enlightenment. The best and the fastest way to make it to these upper levels here, to make it to unconditional love, to have that be your home base, is to unconditionally love yourself. Unconditionally. I'm talking radical self-acceptance here, which we will get into during Self-Love Summer even more. But unconditionally love yourself exactly as you are, exactly where you are. Love yourself, love your journey, love your life, right? That is the secret here. If you were uncomfortable with that exercise that we did a moment ago, like I said, you're not alone. Most people aren't comfortable looking in a mirror and saying, I love you, to themselves. Most people will feel a resistance or an emotional withdrawal when they do that. The sad truth is, we are often our harshest critics. If you think that you're your harshest critic, before I even start talking about this, put critic in the comments below. Let me know. Let me know that you've been your hardest critic. I know that in my life, I have most certainly been my harshest critic. The sad truth that is that we are most often our harshest critic and our worst enemy. I can't tell you how much time I have spent in my life beating myself up, saying terrible things inside of my head, saying terrible things out loud to myself sometimes. Things that I would hope would never, ever come out of my mouth towards another person. I would say to myself. Things that I would step in if someone said to my child, I would say to myself, who's done that? Who does that? Who's been there, right? Put me in the comments below. The truth is, self-hatred is an epidemic. And it's one of the things that is keeping the vibration low in the collective. It is maintaining the illusion of separation and keeping us asleep. This is what is keeping us asleep, is slaved, and it plugged into the matrix, is the fact that we hate ourselves, that we don't love ourselves, that we don't understand that we are divine and understand our true potential. A person who loves themselves is fully in direct control of their destiny. And it is our God-given right to be in control of our destiny and to create a life that we love, to grow and to prosper in a joyful manner. And that is exactly why I'm excited that it's Self-Love Summer, baby. It's Self-Love Summer. And like I said a minute ago, the secret to self-love is radical self-acceptance. We'll be talking about this all summer long. But radical self-acceptance, in a nutshell, it's loving yourself exactly as you are right now. Loving everything about yourself, loving your past, loving your body, loving your job, loving your home, loving where you are, loving and appreciating you exactly as you are right now. And you might be thinking, how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that with these bat wings? How am I supposed to do that with these love handles? How am I supposed to do that with these jobs and this bill collector? How am I supposed to do that? That seems hard. And it is hard. It can be hard. But the fact of the matter is, you have come so very far in your life. There are so many things that you have done and you have accomplished in your life. Every single step in your life, every single thing that you have done, every place that you have been, every experience that you have had has made you the person that you are today. There's no one doing that. If you want to excel into self-love, the only way that you're truly going to love yourself is to accept every single little thing about you. Every single thing. Okay. And this can be challenging. Like I said, just like looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. It can be so hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love my stomach. Right. Especially for women, stomach, and for men too. But for a lot of women, the stomach is a big issue, especially those of us who have given birth. I have an apron belly. It can be hard to love an apron belly. Do I love my belly? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love my belly. My belly carried my babies. My belly is soft and squishy, and my children all loved laying on it when they were little. My wife absolutely loves my belly. I love my shape. I love that I get to be on this earth walk and in this life. So I show love to my belly. Now, radical self-acceptance, does that mean that you don't grow? Does that mean that you don't change? Does that mean that you're perfect and you're done? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it means that we don't discount where we are and we don't discount where we've been. So many of us are focused on where we aren't yet that we forget to take a moment and appreciate where we are and where we've been. But the fact of the matter is, if we're not appreciating it, if we're hating these parts of ourselves, if we're hiding these parts of ourselves, we're holding on to it. We're holding on to things that we do not want. And the fact is, if you want to let that go and you want to change into the new you, the first step is accepting it and loving it. And then you can begin to let go and move on. But if you're hiding it in the closet, if you're shoving it under the bed, if you're putting it in a bag on your back, you are carrying that around with you and you're never going to let it go. Does that make sense? So a big, big, big secret to self-love is radical self-acceptance, accepting yourself exactly as you are. And a wonderful affirmation for this is, I accept myself exactly as I am. I accept my stomach exactly as it is. I accept my job exactly as it is. I accept my relationships exactly as they are. I accept them for what they are and as they are. And I love them and I love myself, right? So when something comes up and you're having a hard time with it, accept it. Accept that it is. And then you can look at it and then you can decide how and if you want to change moving forward. But if you never admit to where you are, you're never going to get where you're going. Does that make sense? All we need is love. Yes, all we need is love. Absolutely. I see your hearts going up. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. So these and so many reasons are why we are doing self-love summer. And we did it last year. It was a big hit. We all need this reminder, I think, every single summer. And summertime is a big time when a lot of us really start beating up on ourselves. I want you to have the best summer ever. I want you to love yourself. I want you to be your most authentic self. And that's why we're focusing on self-love this summer. Now, summer starts June 20th, but we're not waiting till then. We are starting now. Over the next 3 months, we are going on a journey down the path to loving yourself more than ever before. Who's ready to start loving themselves more? Throw some hearts up, right? If you're ready, throw some hearts up, type I love me in the comments. Say it now. Declare it to the world that you are ready to love yourself more. Over the next 3 months in this group, in the Empath Awakening Healing group, in the Healing with Sara Mae Facebook page, and especially in the Ascension Circle membership, we are going to be diving deep into self-love, really focusing on first getting to know ourselves, getting to understand ourselves, our values, who we are, and then learning, like I said, that radical self-acceptance, accepting and loving every single bit of who we are, figuring out who we are, and then showing that person love and treating ourselves with love, talking to ourselves with love. That is what we're going to be doing this summer. The first thing I want you to do is start by making a commitment to yourself. Can you commit to work towards loving yourself for the next 90 days? I have a challenge for you. And I challenge you to do this every day, 100 times a day, about absolutely everything. Do it for the next 90 days. And honestly, I hope you do it for the rest of your life. And what this is I want you to ask yourself a question. And that question is, what would someone that loves themselves do? So many of us, especially people that identify as empaths and sensitives, we do everything to please everybody and we completely forget about ourselves. We put our energy into loving everybody and making sure that they're pleased, but we don't make sure that we're pleased. We'll often displease ourselves or disrespect ourselves in an attempt to make other people happy. But this summer, we're focusing on loving ourselves. And that doesn't mean we're being nasty to other people. It just means that ourselves is a focus. Just like you think about your child, just like you think about your spouse, just like you think about your friend, your parent, your coworker, whoever you are people pleasing for, just like you think about those people, you're going to think about yourself. And when something comes up, we're going to ask ourselves, what would someone that loves themselves do? And I want you asking yourself this first thing in the morning when you get up, what would someone that loves themselves do? Would someone that loves themselves stress themselves out immediately by checking their emails, their bank account, and their bills? Or would someone that loves themselves allow themselves to wake up gently and give themselves a few minutes with the sun? When it comes to eating, what would someone that loves themselves do? Would someone that loves themselves not eat or drink all during their shifts? Would they wake up in the morning for work, rush off to work, not bother grabbing themselves a lunch, work through their breaks and come home 10 hours later, not fed and not drank, exhausted and thirsty? Is that what someone that loves themselves would do? Is that what you would encourage your child self to do? Or your child? If your child was home for 10 hours, would you make sure that they ate or drank? You probably would. But I know that I have most certainly gone to work and forgotten to eat, right? Not had time, worked through my lunch, worked through my break because I want to please my boss, because I want that good job, right? That pat on the back. Right? But I want you to ask yourself for everything. What would someone that loves themselves do? Is this something that someone that loves themselves would do? What would someone who loves themselves do in this situation? Am I loving myself by doing this right now? And if the answer is no, ask yourself, how can I love myself right now? And there's so many different things that this applies to. That's why I want you to ask yourself this about absolutely everything. This could be going out for drinks with your friends. This could be going to the grocery store. This could be what you eat, what you drink, what you decide to do with your day, how you decide to commit your time, if you need to take a nap. Anytime you have a decision to make, ask yourself, is this loving me? How can I love myself in this situation? Does that make sense? How often do you ask yourself this? I know that I went a long time without asking myself any of these questions. Never. We got a lot of people saying never in the comments. I know, because we don't ask this ourselves. We ask this about other people, but not about ourselves. And that's what I want you to do. This is the first of many things that we're going to do to love on ourselves, but this is the main thing. Every day for everything. What would someone that loves themselves do? Am I loving myself by doing this? And if the answer is no, ask yourself, how can I love myself in this moment? How can I show myself love? How can I support myself in this situation? So who's in? Who's ready for self-love summer? Who is ready to start loving on themselves, asking themselves, what would someone that loves themselves do? Who is ready to start radically accepting themselves and taking those quantum leaps to that life-filled, with unconditional love and filled with lasting happiness. Who's ready? Raise your hand, throw some hearts up. Yes, 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 yes. I'm seeing those hearts going up in the comments. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you and grateful that you're willing to do this work for yourself because you are worth it. You are absolutely worth it just by yourself. You are worth all the love in the world. And the first person who's going to give it to you is you. So thank you so much for signing up for Self-Love Summer. Just by making that commitment right there, saying that you're going to do the 90 days, you have signed up for this. Every Wednesday, we're going to have a new Wisdom Wednesday for this. And every Wednesday, we're going to go into new things that you can do to love on yourself more. So wrap up. What do we do to love on ourselves during this episode? We are accepting ourselves where we are. If we have some resistance, we can use the affirmation, I accept blank exactly as it is. I accept myself exactly as I am, right? Absolutely. And as we go through life, we are going to ask ourselves the question, is this what someone that loves themselves would do? What would someone that loves themselves do in this situation, right? If you're ready to go, type I love me in the comments. Now, if you want to go deeper with this work, like I said, we're doing it on Facebook. We're doing it in Ascension Circle. It's going to be on YouTube as well. We now share Wisdom Wednesday in YouTube. If you want to go deeper, join Ascension Circle. We have amazing classes, 3 classes a month. That means there are going to be 9 different in-depth classes or meditations, tools that are going to guide you deep into this self-love journey. This is an amazing membership community that has no obligation. You can join and leave at any time, only $47 a month. And you get access to not only the classes that we're teaching during the month, but an entire archive of classes, as well as my meditation vault. Everything that you really need to get yourself on your ascension journey and going forward. And this next few months focused on that self-love journey. Quick reminder, we are doing monthly remote sessions, monthly remote Reiki sessions live on Zoom. These have been very powerful. I'm receiving amazing feedback. We usually do it for an $11 minimum donation. This month's will be free. We have Father's Day and the summer solstice coming up, and I really want to help as many people as possible, be as balanced as possible for both of those events. So on Friday the 14th, this is the Friday before Father's Day, the Friday before the solstice, we are going to do a remote Reiki session live on Zoom. If you want to be involved in this, make sure that you register through the event. If you cannot be there live, you will be sent out a replay. Everybody that is registered, everybody on the list is going to be the focus of the Reiki session. These sessions are different every single time because I focus in on the energy of the people who will be receiving the healing and what they need in that moment. So please sign up so I can tap into your energy and get this healing sent to you. Whether you're live or on the replay, you're going to receive it just the same. And I want to spread this energy to as many people as possible. That's why we often offer it for free. Please, please share this with anybody that you think could benefit. That is our session for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for working on yourself. Thank you for loving yourself enough to spend 25 minutes learning how to love yourself a little bit better and a little bit more. So thank you so much for dedicating this time to yourself and spending this time with me. It is my goal to reach as many people as possible with this work. If you know anybody who you feel could benefit from this episode, any episode of Wisdom Wednesday, or Self-Love Summer in general, please share this video with them, share the YouTube video with them, share the Empath Awakening Facebook group with them. Do what you can to spread the light. And with that said, I also would like to let you know that I so appreciate you doing this work. When you work to raise your vibration, you don't only raise your own vibration, you raise the vibration of everyone around you, and you raise the vibration of the collective as a whole. This is the most sacred work that any of us can do, in my opinion. So I would like to say thank you so much for doing your part to spread the light. And with that said, the light in me bows to the light in you. And so I say, namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I will see you next time.